Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We're back in another destination for EZA KALE CAULIFLA. This time round out, we're against Cell Maxed. I've noticed everyone's going crazy with the new Dismal Future Red Zone, specifically Stage 2 with Cell. I've noticed everyone's just doing videos on that stage. Like, I know it's incredibly difficult for a Stage 2. And he can catch you. But I'm like, we're really going crazy for this, aren't we? Like, especially because we know a few more stages are coming. Like, the most difficult one isn't even out yet. And I'm seeing a lot of content being made on it, which I thought was kind of weird, but kind of funny. But the team today, we did take off Gogeta, so we do have the full attack buff KALE CAULIFLA will get from Universe 6, Pure Saiyans, or Joined Forces category allies. Now, if Cell didn't super attack potentially 2-3 times in one turn, I'd probably just let the turn play out the way it is. And because he's immediately at his best, which is 300k on a basic, 600k on a super, I am actually going to pop a Whis just to make sure KALE CAULIFLA have some type of coverage in their first turn. Once they start super attacking here, they should have enough defense to be able to contend with Cell Max's basics. Or at least by the time we get to turn 2, after they super attack like once or twice, they should be fine. It really does feel like kind of a waste because we do have God Goku here, and type advantage, the damage reduction, we really don't need the Whis, but it's pretty much for KALE CAULIFLA. And annoyingly, 2 super attacks have gone against God Goku, so if there are no super attacks against KALE CAULIFLA now, even though this will still help them against the basics of Cell Max because they won't have 300k defense just yet, I feel like I've wasted the Whis, basically. We haven't, because it's still going to help us tank the basics. As I said, they're not going to tank, or they're not going to build up enough defense to have like 300k defense. But this feels like a waste. We're not even additional superling. We're just additionaling. Still 50k. I mean, to be fair, we've literally super attacked once. The dodge chance and the key's gone up, but we only managed to super attack once. 2 additionals and those supers. Damn. That is also the downside of the chances of supering. Yes, a 70% chance is good with 60% HP, or... no, I think it's less than that. Is it 60? 60 or below, whatever it is. Like, that's fine, that's good. But there's also the other side to it. If it doesn't pop, if it doesn't happen, you don't stack. It's as simple as that. So let me put God Goku in slot 1. He's got his God. These guys can stack up once, and they also have guard, and then we're going to get a bird Q on rotation with KALE CAULIFLA. I'm not going to lie, with Broly, Cooler Core, I'm probably going to have to move KALE CAULIFLA off their 200% lead, which is a shame. They should still be fine without it. And put them on Power Beyond the Super Saiyan and just run them on a 170, because while it's a 200% lead, this is a decent category, solid, it works quite well. I don't really have faith in the AGL LRSSJ Super Saiyan. Why'd I say that twice? LRSSJ Super Saiyan, same thing. But yeah, why did I don't have faith in LRSSJ Goku and Vegeta to be contending with the likes of Broly and Cooler Core. So I'll probably end up shimmying them off this lead and put them on Power Beyond a Super Saiyan, and then just have them on a weaker team. But, well, weaker team for them, but stronger overall team to contend with 2 of the hardest hitting enemies in the game. Because then we can run the same guys like this. We could pretty much run the same category, just aside from like LRSSJ Goku and Vegeta. Should be too bad, right? Yeah, 55k is fine. It's fine. So how much defense are they up to? Again, they only super attacked once, but we do now have the 70% chance of launching an additional super on top of the 50 we've already got. So we have 286. Again, on a basic, once they super attack, we're tanking Cell for nothing. If we get supered though, especially because we have like... we actually have a bit more than half health. Actually no, we have more... yeah, do we have more than half health? Yeah, we'd be on 340. We have a little bit more than half health. We're gonna die. So again, I'm gonna have to pop a Whis, just because getting hit by a 600k super so early on is just going to do that much damage. And I did expect this stage of all stages to be one of their most difficult, even though he's not the hardest hitting. Again, it's that same thing with units that need to build up. In this case, they're stacking of the defense. You could include the key in the dodge chance, which will happen easily just by them attacking, not even supering. But it's more so the stacking of the defense. Even though they have outlets of doing it quickly because of all the built-in additionals they have in their passive. Again, if you have dupes, that's even more, that's even quicker. And the dodge chance is helping. We're not even getting additional supers right now. There's another one, that's great. But because Cell Max is already doing 600k on a basic, which isn't a lot, but because there's potential of loads of them, and even then, they don't have enough defense to tank it anyway, because that's 600k. They start with like 170. Off of one super, they're up to like over 200k, which is great. Like, it's still not enough. And because Cells... Can you dodge that? Bruh, you've got dodge chance? I mean, 2k is good. I mean, that's because we have a Whis active. And of course, double digits on the basics, even without an item. We have enough defense at this point to tank 300k on a basic. We gotta dodge that, though. We build up the key and the dodge chance by performing attacks. We've performed enough for them to have like the 66%, though, and we didn't dodge anything. That's a shame. That is a shame. That's also another risk. If that doesn't proc, if that doesn't trigger, you can get hit. And against a certain enemy, or if you don't have an item active, you could be taking a lot of damage. It's as simple as that. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about this. Are we okay? Oh, yeah, we're fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're fine. Unfortunately, against like a Broly Call of Cord, I doubt they'd be doing that. I doubt they'll be doing that. Oh, why couldn't we get the strength phase for KALE and KALIFLA? If we had that, they would be doing so much damage with all them super attacks. That's such a shame. Let me transform these guys. That's such a shame, man. We can't get the key for the God Goku right now. Like, I generally can't get the 6 key spheres, and just in case he doesn't dodge, I don't want to risk it. So I'm actually going to do this. And then we've got the 6 key spheres there, and we'll take all of these in the corner to get the 24 key. But yeah, this would have been such a good phase for them to be on. The type advantage. They'd built up by this point, so the basics were already doing nothing. But even if they got super without an item, because we've got none left, they would have been cool. But as I said, the amount of damage they would have been doing because of all the super attacks rather than type advantage. Ah, it would have been so sweet. That's a shame. That's a shame. That is a shame. I mean, they are doing pretty well. I mean, we have, every time they've appeared, we have covered them with an item. As I said, I did think this would probably be one of the most difficult stages for them, just because there's no time to prepare them. There's no time to build up their defense by stacking. And 600k, as I said, multiple times is a lot to deal with a unit that mainly relies on, yes, dodging, but again, you have to build that up through the passive, which we don't have much time to do. But more importantly, the stacking of the defense. While we do have outlets to do it quickly, which is great, in the very beginning, as I said in the Omega Shenron Red Zone video, because it is the beginning and they don't have enough defense to contend, even though they are good and quick at building their defense up, they are likely to get caught. It can happen. But I mean, aside from that, they are doing pretty well. We've got Bird Cone rotation, so we do have the revival ready. Let's get rid of one of their attacks. How much defense we got now? 484k, so we can easily contend with a basic. I'm hoping this first attack in slot 1 isn't a super attack, and if it is, they dodge. Because I want them to stack up a bit more. Before we get the revival and move on, we're getting super, aren't we? Yeah, they're not even dodging. Why are you not dodging? I mean, we're going to get the revival, which is good. I mean, oh wow, they survived? I mean, don't get me wrong, we took a lot of damage and we probably have like barely any health left. Like, how much do we have? 71k. Actually, that's better than I thought we would have. But they survived. Again, this is with no damage reduction guard. This is just, what, at the time, 480k defense, around about that. Now all the super attacks are popping. I mean, hey, they still survived. Fair play, but they're not dodging. But the amount of damage they're doing, this is what I mean. Like, they can really do some dents. Oh, now you want to dodge. Really? You want to dodge after you just took 300k on a super? Like, great, you survived. But, like, are you having me on? Are you taking the piss? Why are you deciding to dodge afterwards? Are you trying to piss me off? I mean, still, they did well. They did well. I mean, they could have dodged the super attack. They didn't and decided to dodge everything else instead. Sure, why not? But they've done pretty well. They've actually done pretty well. Like, yeah, we had to use the items early, but as long as you protect them, or as long as you get lucky enough to keep them out of harm's way and the super attacks don't come towards them, which is difficult because there's multiple super attacks here, but you know, you can get lucky where the super attack goes for like a God Goku or Birdku in slot 1 all the time, and then they can avoid it. You know, you won't have to use items so quick, but as long as they're covered in the beginning, as long as you're careful, after that, they're fine. As I said, this would be one of their most difficult, and they're doing fine. To be fair though, we may actually die here, like, because of the way this turn is going to pan out. But to be fair, I think LR, KALE, and KALIFLA have shown what they've needed to show. And if we end up dying here, it's fine. As I said, I think they've shown what they've needed to. If we make it through and get another turn of them, great. Because they super attack like 4 times that turn. So their defense is probably in the realms of like maybe 600k or more. So even without an item at this point, they have enough defense to contend with Cell's super attacks. As you saw in the turn prior, even on 480 without supering and without an item active, like, yes, they still took a bag of damage, which was a little bit more risky because we already had like around about half health, give or take. If we had a bit more health than that, yes, it would have done quite a bit of damage, but we would have survived a lot more comfortably. I mean, we survived anyway, but just in general, we wouldn't have taken as much damage, and we would have been on like half health instead of rather than like next to being dead. But they tanked just fine. For a unit, as I said, that mainly relies on, yes, dodging, but that's only a chance to do so. Like, as you saw, they didn't dodge the super attack, but they dodged all the basics. That's a chance to do so. We can't rely on that too much. So mainly that relying on dodge chance and just stacking of defense. They've actually done really well, as I said, in probably one of their most dangerous, like, stages. Are we dead? No, we're still going. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, they now have 682k defense right now. Can't talk properly. So yeah, they now have more defense than Cell would do on a super attack, which is good. I actually want to see how much damage they will take in slot 1 with all that defense while having type disadvantage. I mean, they're obviously going to be okay. Oh, they could dodge. They're going to dodge this. All right, to be fair, we actually probably will die here because of the type disadvantage, but that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. They've shown what they needed to show. I mainly just wanted to see them like dodge all those attacks. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. But yeah, they've done really well. They've done really well. Given Cell how much damage he does from the get-go, and they need to stack up. That's what I said, with all those possible additional supers, you can build up your defense so quickly where even that's not that much of a problem. As long as you protect them in the beginning, they're good. And then not only that, like, I'm thinking against the Broly, as I said, he follows the standard procedure of it's just going to get progressively more difficult. So you have time to build these guys up. You have time to stack their defense. I think the earliest, if realistically, with the team I'm going to bring, we'll probably be on like maybe turn 7, between turn 7 and turn 9 earliest. By then, we'll easily have enough defense to contend with Broly's basics. Supers are a different story because that's 1.4 mil. Most units in the game, unless you have guard, damage reduction, those kind of things, you're going to need an item to contend with that kind of defense. Or, sorry, that kind of numbers on super attack. So they should actually do really well against Broly, and they have type advantage against his AoEs, which is a huge bonus. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a good rest of your day, and peace!